Malala the Powerful, The Amazing Story of a Girl Who Risked Death in Her Fight to Help Girls Go to School, by Kristen Lewis. October 9, 2012 was a normal day in the Swat Valley, an area in the country of Pakistan. Malala Yousafzai was 15. She was sitting on a school bus with her classmates. They were on their way home. Then two men appeared. "Who is Malala?" one of the men demanded. The man aimed the gun at Malala. He fired 3 shots. Then the men fled. How could this have happened? Why would anyone want to hurt a schoolgirl? Banned from school. The shooting was an awful crime, but for many people worldwide, including Malala, it was no surprise. That's because Malala was not just a schoolgirl. She was also a fighter in the struggle to help girls in Pakistan go to school. This fight made her a hero to many. It also put her in grave danger. In the U.S., all kids go to school until they are at least 16. Parents who don't educate their children can be arrested. But around the world, more than 120 million kids don't go to school. Most of them are girls. Some girls must miss school to help support their families. But often, it's extreme religious or cultural beliefs that force girls to stay home. This is the case in parts of Pakistan. The men who shot Malala were part of a group called the Taliban. Taliban members believe in an extreme version of Islam that most Muslim people don't agree with. For instance, they believe that all music, TV, movies, and games should be banned. They believe that girls should not be allowed to go to school. Even grown women, they say, should not be allowed to go anywhere in public without a male relative. The Taliban are not part of Pakistan's government, but they are powerful. They control parts of Afghanistan and Pakistan. In areas under Taliban control, all people must follow their forbidding religious rules. Breaking these rules brings severe punishment. This can mean public whipping, jail, or even death. Defying the ban. For most of Malala's childhood, she did not have to worry about the Taliban. She was born in the Swat Valley. Swat is known for its green mountains, thick forest, and mighty rivers. It was lovely. But in 2007, the Taliban began seizing control of Swat. They blew up buildings. They threatened those who defied them. Malala and her family don't support the Taliban's version of Islam. The family is religious, but the Taliban don't tolerate any form of Islam other than their own. In 2009, the Taliban ordered all girls' schools to close. That included Malala's school, which her father had owned for more than 10 years. Malala's father did not obey. He kept his school open. From then on, the family lived under constant threat. Across the region, hundreds of schools were being bombed. Teachers risked their lives by going to school. Malala and her classmates stopped wearing their school uniforms. They hid their books under their clothes. Even then, many parents felt the risk was too great. More than half of the students stopped going to school. At first, Malala felt helpless. A powerful weapon. But Malala found that she had a powerful weapon, her own voice. In 2009, she began blogging for the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC. She described her life under the Taliban. She wrote about her dream of becoming a doctor. She wrote about her determination to get an education, no matter what the Taliban did. The blog was a hit. Soon, millions of people all over the world were reading it. In May 2009, the Pakistani army launched an attack against the Taliban in Swat. By August, most of the Taliban had been pushed out of the cities and into the countryside. After that, Malala launched an attack of her own. She went on TV shows. She gave speeches. Her crusade gave hope to thousands. In 2011, the president of Pakistan gave her the first ever National Youth Peace Prize. It seemed that everyone knew her name, including the Taliban. Her fight continues. In 2010, notes began appearing under Malala's door, ordering her to give up her crusade. She did not back down. 2 years later, on October 9, 2012, the worst happened. That was the day the Taliban gunmen shot her and 2 others on the bus. The hours after the shooting were a nightmare. Malala's friends were not gravely injured, but Malala was in bad shape. A bullet had destroyed her left ear and sent bits of bone into her brain. She was flown to a hospital in Birmingham, in the United Kingdom. Her family soon joined her. The Taliban bragged about the shooting. They said it was a warning to other kids not to follow Malala's example. Around the world, people were angry. In Pakistan, millions prayed for Malala. Protesters marched. Many were kids. They carried signs that read, "I am Malala." By trying to silence Malala, the Taliban had instead helped thousands more girls find voices of their own. It's been more than 3 years since the shooting. Malala is doing well. After several surgeries, she has regained some of her hearing. She has won awards. She has met world leaders. Her book, I Am Malala, was an international bestseller. There's even an asteroid named after her. As her fame has grown, so has her determination. And her goal remains the same, for girls like her to go to school.